Okay. Hi, everybody. Let me see
Hello.
who's here. Hi, Christina. How are you? Thank you for being our chef.
Of course, I'm very excited to be the chef.
Thank you for being our chef. I am so excited. So I went to your sourdough kitchen to
Yes.
pick up my starter.
Uh-huh.
And I was so excited because your person said that you had cinnamon rolls that morning. And so I was so focused on getting my cinnamon roll that I left my sourdough starter and I had to come back for it. Oh, it smells so good. We're so excited. Thank you so much for doing this. You and Brett have an amazing business. I'm so excited to see what we can create. I never thought to combine sourdough with tagalong cookies. And so a lot of people are joining our room, which is really nice.
Yes, yes. Yeah, people are often very surprised when they come into our shop and they realize that everything we do is baked with sourdough. Our cinnamon rolls are, we do chocolate babka loaves. Literally everything is starting with sourdough. But I think do you want to jump in and get started?
Well, before we get started, I just want to tell, we are very competitive here at the Girl Scouts of South Central Florida. So we want our room, the Tagalong room, to win in the fundraising category. So I want to tell everybody in our room how it works. The fundraising challenge happens while we bake. Every kitchen has its own keyword. So ours is Tagalong. And so when you are bidding for some of the items, the drawings for the text to give, we want you to make sure you include Tagalong in your text. Now, all the people in that room that raise the most money will be entered into another grand prize drawing that will be selected at the end of our show tonight. So let's help our kitchen win. You can text your cookie name to 855-980-0305. Again, 855-980-0305. Make sure you put tag along because we want to win. Okay, Chef Christina, it's all yours.
Okay, well, thank you, Lissette. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We are baking peanut butter and chocolate sourdough pastries tonight. And we were debating calling them mookies because they are kind of a cross between a muffin and a cookie. So we can go ahead and get started. So if you were able to come to our shop and pick up some sourdough starter, you need that for your first ingredient. If you were not, that's okay. You can use 1 cup of flour and 2/3 of a cup of water for this part of it.
Okay.
So you give your sourdough starter a nice stir.
Christina,
Grate it a little bit, that's okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
I got this at Publix. I wasn't able to get over the starter. Instant sourdough yeast. Can I use that with the flour and the water?
I would say give it a try. I've never used that before, but sure,
Okay,
give it a try.
I didn't want to mess it up. I'll add it in. Thank you.
Sure, of course.
Be brave. Be brave.
Exactly. Risk takers. So we're going to start with 2 cups of sourdough starter. So I'm just pouring my starter into a 1/2 cup measure. And you want that to go into your large mixing bowl. So you should have 2 mixing bowls, 1 large and 1 medium sized. And so like many recipes call for, we're mixing the wet ingredients first, and then we're going to be mixing the dry ingredients. So I'm getting my 2 cups of sourdough starter.
Okay.
Into my large bowl.
Is this supposed to bubble like that?
Yes, that's the yeast.
Oh, okay.
That is what is going to leaven it.
Okay.
And I'll let you guys know, we had a couple questions about this in the shop today, that this recipe, they asked me to make a recipe that would feed 4 to 6 people. I run a commercial bakery and don't really know how to scale down so much. So this recipe will actually probably end up making maybe like 8 to 12 muffins or cookies, pastries. If you don't want to make that much tonight, we did test it with freezing the extra dough, and then you can bake it in the future too. So you have that option as well.
Chef Christina,
in this?
Yes.
we have a quick question from Sharon and Ann. She got hers from the store, but it's only 1 cup. Do you have any advice on what she should do?
Sure. Just add probably about a 1/4 cup of flour and about a 1/4 cup of water to that
Okay,
in your bowl.
that's good.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
I'm getting my grapeseed
Um,
oil. So I'm using.
Can you repeat the question about the
Yeah, if
sourdough?
if you don't have enough sourdough starter, you can just add a little bit of flour and water to it. So if it was only a cup, you could add about a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of water to kind of get it up to where you need it.
Because tell them this says that the flour.
How much grapeseed oil do we need?
The grapeseed oil is 1/3 cup of grapeseed oil. So you can use grapeseed, you can use canola or vegetable oil, whatever you have on hand. You just need a little bit of oil in this recipe.
So if we don't have the sourdough starter, we just do the flour and the water right now, then the oil.
If you look at the end of your recipe, there is,
Right.
you can do 1 cup of flour and 2/3 cup of water.
Okay.
But you.
So I do have a question. If we use the flour to get the starter mix,
Yeah.
how do we get 2 cups of starter out of that when you're only using 1 cup of flour?
Because you're adding water as well.
Okay. So we would use the entire, if we mix that recipe, we would use the entire of what we mix then.
Yeah, you want to get to 2 cups total. So if you only had like a cup of sourdough starter, then you would add a little bit more flour and water. If you don't have any, then you're doing 1 cup of flour and 2/3 cup of water, and that's roughly about the same amount.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure thing.
All right, so it's 2 cups of the starter, correct?
Yes, 2 cups of starter. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
All right,
Okay.
so I've got my starter and my oil, and I'm doing 2 eggs.
Starter and the oil.
Two eggs.
Do we pour the sourdough in the big bowl or medium bowl?
In the big
The
bowl.
big bowl.
Mhm.
Big bowl. Is that big bowl?
Yes, ma'am, big bowl.
In the big bowl. And then you can go ahead and get a whisk and whisk that right up,
Oh, can you get the whisk over there?
because these are your wet ingredients, so you can just whisk them all up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold up my bowl. You can see my bowl. It's pretty watery, so that's okay. That's what you want. You're good if you're this watery. Okay. So then we'll go to our medium bowl. And oh wait, we forgot the peanut butter. Yes, we need to put the peanut butter in with the wet ingredients. So you need a cup of peanut butter.
What if we ate all of it?
So I actually had a person call my shop today, and they wondered if I could sell them a box of Tagalongs because they had already eaten the box of Tagalongs that came in their kit.
Well, you said 6 Tagalongs are part of this recipe, so I took 7 out of the box, saved it, and ate the rest of them. So I'm good. I have my 7 Tagalongs.
You're set. So I'm putting my peanut butter in with the wet ingredients.
Okay.
Is the oil part of the wet ingredients?
Yes, it is. Yep. Those first, 4 things. You want your sourdough starter or your flour water mixture, and the oil and the eggs and the peanut butter.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is good stuff.
The butter.
Mmm.
So then you want to whisk the peanut butter in too.
Peanut butter.
Can't
Okay.
help herself but lick that spoon. I see you licking that spoon.
I'm a very poor example to my daughter who's next to me. You know,
Peanut butter is an addiction for me.
she's whisking.
Yeah, peanut butter is a big hit. And I would say Tagalongs are my second favorite cookie after Thin Mints.
Mmm. That's so good. Okay.
Ooh, this thickened up.
Ooh,
Yeah,
can you all smell that? That smells really good, Christine.
Thank you. Yes, so adding the peanut butter in will thicken it up. So now we can move over to our medium-sized bowl, and you can start mixing up your dry ingredients.
Okay.
So the first thing you're gonna need is 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour.
That's that one. Okay. That's a lot of flour.
Yeah, so this is where it got to the point where I realized that this is kind of a lot. But it works, and you'll have some more left over for later.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
I'm
good.
going to have,
Okay, after the flour, what do we put in?
after the flour is 1.5 cups of sugar.
That's it over there. Yep. I know, that's a lot of sugar. This is so yummy.
It's definitely going to be a thick dough. Like if you've ever baked chocolate chip cookies, this is kind of, that's the consistency that you're going to be going for
Yeah.
when we mix our dry and wet ingredients together.
So how do you stay so skinny when you're cooking all this good stuff?
You know, I'm running around like a mad woman at the bakery all of the time. And I have 2 young girls and 1 brownie Girl Scout.
Oh,
So
great.
they kind of keep me going too. So that was our sugar. So now you need a teaspoon of salt.
That's
And
how,
you just use regular salt. I'm just using Morton's salt.
right? Okay. Just a teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. You want a little bit of salt to like enhance the other flavors, but you don't want a salty cookie, you know.
Got it.
And then it's 2 teaspoons of baking soda.
Here's the baking soda. You get 2 of those. Okay.
So for the other bowl, we needed the flour, the salt, and the sugar.
In the dry bowl, yes, you needed flour, sugar, salt, and baking soda. And
That's a
then,
nice golden color.
yes, yeah, exactly. It's a peanut buttery color. So I'm just gonna take a fork really quickly and whisk my dry ingredients together.
Okay.
I see some sugar there.
And then you can start adding your dry ingredients into your bowl with your wet ingredients. And so it
We
will,
don't add our chocolate chips yet?
not yet, we're gonna fold those in a little bit
Okay.
after we get them together. So I'm
Okay.
gonna start adding my dry ingredients, and I'll tell you that it will feel very thick. You can start mixing with a spoon, but you're probably gonna have to put your hands in there to mix it all up.
Ooh, okay.
The mixer.
A mixer?
Yes.
You probably will need, you can try and it will probably work for a little bit, but you probably are gonna need to get your hands in there to actually mix it all together. You can see, I'll show you my bowl. My bowl is starting to come together, but you can see it's still very dry with the flour and everything. So I'm gonna mix it with a spoon, maybe for another few seconds.
Okay.
But at the bakery, when we teach classes, we always encourage people to get their hands in their dough because we feel like that's a way to make a nice connection with it and to kind of know what you're looking for. So now I'm going to start mixing it with my hands. And you just, so if you have a KitchenAid mixer or something, or if you've ever seen a mixer, we just do like this motion. You want your hand to be kind of curved and looking like a bread hook.
Okay.
And you just kind of mix it all together and scrunch it until it comes together. And like I said, if you have ever baked chocolate chip cookies or, you know, any kind of cookie like that, that's the consistency that you're looking for. You want it to be wet, but not soupy. And you want it to come together pretty well.
Really thick.
This is really fun.
Is it really fun? My daughters had a very good time helping me experiment for this recipe.
I wonder how many Girl Scouts are in our room, Christina.
I wonder
See,
too.
I see Denise and Sophia. Hi, girls.
I met so many Girl Scouts at the shop today. I was behind my mask, of course, but I hope that you recognized me. So
Chef Christina, really quick, Bree and Andrea Weaver asked, this is only gonna make 6, right?
It's going to make more than 6. So if you want to, you can bake as many as you want. or you can bake 6 tonight and it freezes really nicely and you can have it for the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Alexa.
So my dough, I'm going to show you, has now come together pretty much like a peanut butter or chocolate chip cookie recipe dough. So I put on the recipe for 1.5 cups of chocolate chips to add to the dough. So you can do that now. I honestly just eyeball it. I'm not a person who loves a ton of chocolate chips. I get a lot of heat in my house for that. So if you are a super chocolate chippy kind of person, put in more. I'm just gonna put them in, and then I'm just gonna mix them a little bit more with my hands until they're distributed throughout the dough.
What if we're still mixing with our hands?
Oh, that's fine. Well, you're gonna mix the chocolate chips in with your hands too.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a good workout for your arms.
Yeah, bakers have pretty big muscles, huh? I carry around 50-pound bags of flour all day.
Did you come up with this recipe a long time ago? Is it a family secret, or this is something that you created for tonight's
It's
event?
something that we created for tonight. It's based on our muffin recipe of the sourdough muffins that we sell at the at our bakery, but with the addition of the peanut butter, it really got a lot thicker than our muffins at the bakery are like kind of, you know, your classic blueberry muffins and
Okay.
and stuff. This, when we added the peanut butter and the other ingredients, got pretty thick. So that's why almost we're calling it a mookie.
It's looking a little mookie in my kitchen. It's thick. It's sticking to my daughter's fingers.
Yeah, don't be afraid to just get in there and bring it all together.
Oh, she's getting in there.
It's a huge cookie.
It is.
Yeah, you honestly could probably also throw this into like an 8x8 casserole dish and make it like bars, like a cookie bar.
Lissette, how many chocolate chips have you eaten?
Well, no, I've been good because I was busy eating the Tagalong cookies.
I see.
I love the fact that this dessert first is happening the week before Thanksgiving, because I'm hoping to use this recipe and a couple of the other ones in my Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes. Oh, those recipes. I actually got to see the program today. Somebody brought it in, and those other recipes just look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're baking, folks, don't forget, we want to win the Text to Give fundraising for the Girl Scouts of West Central Florida. When you're bidding on the items or you're texting, please make sure that you include Tagalong, which is the name of our room.
And Lissette, a quick update to that. We do have an update right now with about 31 minutes remaining in our room. The Tagalong room, is in second place. First was right now. So I'll keep giving you guys updates, but great job so far.
So I'm gonna lift this up to show you the next step, which is you put some dough into the bottom of your muffin cups, and you want it to be filled about halfway. So you can see it's not completely filled. And then you put a Tagalong cookie on top of that dough.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we have to adjust the temperature or cook time if we put it in like the pan to make it into the bars like you said?
Yes, that'll probably take a little longer. That'll probably take more like 35 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll just be thicker that way.
I have a convection oven. Is it still 375 for?
As far as I know, it should be. Yeah, if you normally find that that's too hot or too cool for recipes, I would adjust accordingly, but I should think that would be okay.
Thank you.
Sure. So after you've put your Tagalong cookie in the middle, then you put more of your dough on top. And then you want to kind of smush it in there and make sure that it completely covers that cookie, because it's a nice little surprise in the middle.
Okay, so we like squish it down.
Yeah, so you put a little bit of dough in the bottom of your muffin cup.
Okay.
Put a cookie on top of it, and then you squish the cookie down, and then you put more dough on top of that cookie.
Okay.
This reminds me of a cookie that we make with Snickers cookies every year for Christmas.
Oh,
We do
Snickers.
this, but we put Snickers cookies, Snickers candy bars in the middle.
Oh, I've seen it before too, with like Andy's mints in the middle.
Yeah, we do Snickers candy bars, and there's one with I think Milky Way.
Okay.
My kids did before.
We're not going to have any because Zoe keeps eating it all.
No, you're supposed to put dough
I
on
agree
the
with
ball
Zoe.
and then put one of the Tagalong cookies in.
And how far up are we putting the top layer of the cookie mix? Because is this gonna rise?
Just about to the top.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. You've got a lot of dough to work with, so you're good.
Okay. So I think that Alexa is in the room with us. Alexa, do you want me to talk about some of these prize drawings on the text to give as where everybody is mushing their cookies?
So that would be a great incentive, because what's going to happen is the winners of the room that raised the most money. Remember how we did that wheel with Lissette at the beginning?
Yeah.
The winning room, only the names of the people in the winning room will go into a third special round wheel. So that's where the challenge comes in. So yeah, if you want to list off some of the prizes people can win, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Lissette.
Okay, so let's go through the list really quick as you're mashing and working on your cookies. Every dog has its day. It's a $20 gift card to the Tampa Tap Room and a dog themed basket with toys, towel, and drinking glasses from Gaspar's Patio Bar and Grill. One moment, I am taking a cookie break to add to my cookie. Okay, go. Okay, next is a You Deserve It. This is a $50 gift certificate for Top Golf with $20 gift certificate and complimentary bottle of champagne for 4 at Bon Appetit. Next, we have another session of yoga with Marilyn Sakis. This is 2 private, semi-private outdoor yoga sessions. And then the final 2 items that are part of this text to give prize drawing is United Skates of America, a birthday party for 10 kids at the Tampa Armenia Avenue location. And the YMCA is offering a 6-month family membership to the Tampa metropolitan area YMCA. All amazing prizes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amazing prizes. Text to give. Again, every dog has its day. Time for a cookie. Okay, one moment. Time for a cookie break. Okay, here we go.
Can you repeat who we're supposed to text again and what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, so if you text tag along, and that number is 855-980-0305.
Yeah, I just text that number, but then what are you supposed to do?
So it's going to send you a link back, and once you get that link, you click, and that's where you'll go to donate.
You can also check in the chat, and I have the direct link posted there as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's working for other people, but nothing came back to me.
Oh, okay. Alexa, can you help us out there?
So I'll just get one more little tip for the recipe before we get these in the oven.
Okay.
You can bake them as is. We also found that if you do have spare cookies, just chopping up a cookie and putting the pieces on top is a nice little topping for it.
Oh,
So
wow.
I cut up some cookies, and it'll do a nice little melt and crunch in the oven too. But if you don't have extra cookies, they'll still come out awesome.
Okay. We have a lot more cookie mix left, so we're gonna go crazy and
Go for
make
it.
more.
Make more, yep. And it does freeze really well. We tested it out. After freezing it, we
Okay.
thawed it in the refrigerator, and then we baked it off, and it worked really well. It's nice for those little late night treats. Maybe you're watching Netflix and you just get a little scoop of cookie dough from the freezer. That's really nice for that.
It's also good for breakfast. It goes
Yeah.
well with coffee.
Oh, yes. Nice brunch item.
everybody in the chat room knows how much I love coffee. I'm sure that Terry Costello and Stephanie Wilson are cracking up right about now.
No, Lissette, Stephanie Wilson.
There you are.
Sweating bullets and stressed because I don't know how to bake anything. So let's just make sure the fire alarm doesn't go off, my house doesn't burn down.
Stephanie is doing great. I had some personal coaching with her.
And for Terry.
Okay, so Terry Costello.
Funny, because Terry's used to organizing this. Hi, Terry.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to jump in. I unmuted. I hope that's okay. But hello to everybody. This is an absolutely phenomenal event. And I just want to give credit to the entire team because I can tell you they are working so hard. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that Jimmy Barringer is the bomb because I was with him the day that this idea originated and it was all his. So kudos to that amazing man. Keep baking. I'm having a blast. Love you all.
Yay. He is great. He's also a great father of a Girl Scout too.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So my cookies.
I have a question.
I mean, my mookies look like this. And I'm about to put them in the oven. I think that does the recipe say 20 to 25 minutes? I think
that Charlotte had a question. Another
if we don't have any more cookies, but we have extra dough, is there something else we could put in there instead, like one of the other cookies or?
Do you inside? Yeah, you could. If you like, honestly, I think any cookie would be good if you have Oreos on hand or anything like that.
What about the Thin Mints?
Or thin. That might be a little strange for me. The mixture of peanut butter and mint. That might be a little odd. I think Samoa would be good though with the coconut. If you had any Samoas in your freezer from last cookie season, but or you could do just a layer of chocolate chips as well. That would have a nice like creamy chocolatey center to it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get my mookies in the oven now.
You're not speaking my language.
Christina, we have another question in the chat. Someone was wondering if they're gonna freeze the extra dough. Did they put it in one big lump in a Ziploc or should they break it up?
I just froze it in one big lump. I double wrapped it in saran wrap. And when I pulled it out, it made about 6 more. So if you know that you'll want to bake another half a dozen whenever you do bring it out of the freezer, then do that. If you think you'll want it in smaller ones, then you can divide it into like 6 equal amounts and freeze them individually.
Thank you. And another question is, did you put something on top? Was that broken up tagalongs on top?
It was broken up tagalongs. So if you have extra, you could do that. If you don't, that's okay. Your pastries will still come out really great.
Okay. One more.
Excuse me.
Yes.
If you wanted, me and my mom are doing for a topping chocolate chips.
I love that. I think that'll be great. That'll turn out really well.
Okay. Is that Jody or Esri?
That's Esri. Say hi.
Hi, Esri. You're a Girl Scout too?
Hi. She's
awesome.
in her 2nd year.
Awesome.
Oh, exciting.
This is so wonderful. You know, it's such a great event to be able to have it from home. You know, it's just coronavirus, the pandemic has robbed us of so many things in 2020. And so it's wonderful that we're able to come together from our kitchen, from our living room, from wherever, and just have some fun, bake, and be together and really celebrate our Girl Scouts. I love the fact that the at-home edition gives us a chance to enjoy this experience with the girls.
Yeah, I totally agree. I know our service unit hosted a virtual Nailed It competition, which I thought was really cool. So the Netflix show Nailed It. You know, the girls were baking a cake that somebody came up with. And I agree that every Girl Scout troop, every Girl Scout service unit has done amazingly well in responding to the challenges of this year. Those look great. I think they're ready.
We can't eat them raw, right?
I am legally required to tell you no, don't eat raw dough.
Are you the type of person that does not eat from the raw cookie dough?
Off the record, I am not that kind of person. I definitely eat raw cookie dough. But I'm supposed to.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, especially because these have raw eggs in them, so you don't want to introduce any illnesses. But
Chef Christina, I believe we have a question from Mason.
Okay.
If you want to ask Chef Christina your question, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. And let me know if I'm saying your name right. Sorry about that. Oh, she says, if we don't have any cookies left, can we bake the dough by itself?
yes, yeah, absolutely.
And we're setting our ovens to 15 or 20 minutes.
I would go with 20, and then you want to bake it until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. So, ovens vary. So ours baked at the bakery in about 20 minutes. When we tested them in our home kitchen, it was more like 25. So a little bit of leeway there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we donated via the link. We never got anything back from the text, but there's nowhere to put Tagalongs when we donated via the link. Will someone get that connected?
Yeah, the only thing you need to do with Tagalongs is text it in order to get the link, because it'll send you the link specifically for our page. So once you get that link that had a red Tagalong page, you're good to go.
Yeah, I didn't get the link. I used the link from the chat. I'm just making sure we get credit in our room. That's what I'm asking.
You definitely will, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
Christina, we have a question from Troop 605. Can you let us know what will be different if we used flour and water instead of sourdough starter? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So it shouldn't be too different. It might not rise quite as much, although we did add baking soda into it. So that chemical kind of adds a little bit of leavening into it. They'll still turn out great. Sourdough, the reason that we bake with sourdough at our bakery is because it adds a lot of depth of flavor to things, even sweet things like the pastries that we're making tonight. But honestly, I don't think it should be too different. So they should still turn out great.
Can you repeat the freezing instructions?
Yes, so we froze them in we double wrap them in saran wrap and put them in our freezer. If you know you're gonna wanna bake them all at once, you can do that. If you think you're gonna bake them at different times, you just wanna freeze the quantity that you'll be baking in the future so that when you thaw it, it'll all be what you need at that time.
So, but wrap it in saran wrap first?
Yes, wrap it in saran wrap.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
And Chef Christina, I'm just going to jump in a minute and give everyone that phone number again. If you'd like to text to give, it is 855-980-0305. Let me repeat that again. 855-980-0305. You text to that number the name of our room, the tag along, and then you'll receive a link. And you click on that and that takes you through. So we're in second place. Alexa said we're trying to be in first.
By $30.
We are $30 behind first place.
Oh, no.
Lissette, I have a quick question. I made a donation and my company is going to match, so that'll double what I did. So I want to make sure that we get credit tonight for it. I have the receipt and the matching donation receipt from my company.
Thank you. Thank you. What is the name of your company?
Medtronic.
Medtronic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Susan, I'm going to go ahead and let our fund development team know that. That way we make sure we get credit for it. Thank you so much for your donation.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much.
You're welcome.
And
I want our team to win.
Yeah. That's the beauty of Dessert First. Every year we've come together and you meet the kindest people and everyone is so focused on the Girl Scouts. And then, when you're going around the room at the beginning of the event, you get to eat dessert first. So everyone is focused on the girls and the Girl Scouts during the dinner, but it's in the pre-dinner when you're enjoying all the desserts that, people are getting to know each other. They're getting to learn about the different businesses that they represent. It's really a wonderful group of people.
Excuse me? What do we do when we're waiting?
Just hang out.
Well, Esri, I think that Chef Christina is going to give us some more tips as we wait. Is that okay? What are you, a brownie or a daisy? You're brownie?
Daisy.
A daisy. A daisy. Who else? What other Girl Scouts do we have in our room?
Junior from the CEO.
Hi. And what level are you?
Yeah.
Are you a daisy as well?
I am now a senior. And I'm also in the Girl Scout team. I'm a brownie.
You're brownie. Okay, that's great.
She's a junior. I'm a brownie. I'm a junior.
Hi. So does a junior wear the sash?
I wear the vest.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we have some cadets here. And who are these two cutie pies?
Hi. My name is Josie.
Hi.
I'm Stella.
Hi. And are you daisies or brownies?
Daisies.
Oh, fabulous. Well, thank you for joining us today. Is your cooking going well?
Yeah.
Christina, how do you come up with a recipe that even daisies can do?
Well, I have a new brownie myself. So she's my older daughter. She's in 2nd grade now, but my younger daughter is 3 years old. So I tried to make a recipe that would suit the whole family.
Great. And I think we have a few more Girl Scouts in our room. Let's see.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Princess. What is your name? Emery?
Yeah.
And are you a daisy or a brownie?
I'm a brownie.
A brownie. Well, thank you for being with us. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
I think
Awesome.
I remember you coming into my shop today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We
Awesome.
love that toast. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
We will be back for more of that for sure.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy didn't get any toast, so I'll be back for my own tomorrow, probably.
Ooh, Christina, I'm starting to smell the aroma of the cookies baking in the oven.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm starting to get it here too.
And we also have 4 ambassadors from Troop 1142 joining us. So hi, guys. I think that's Bree and Andrea. There we go.
Hi, girls. We've got 3 different teams going on right now.
Oh, wow.
Great.
That's cool. Baking the different recipes?
Yes, we've got Team Tagalong, we've got SMA and Thin Mint.
That's wonderful. So what are the groups? Are they brownies, juniors, cadets?
They're in high school.
Okay, great.
And just a time check, Chef Christina, we have 11 minutes left. So if there's anything else that we needed to get done, just wanted to give you a time.
No, at this point, it's just letting the oven do the work. And then when you pull them out, just test them with a toothpick. And if the toothpick comes out clean, then you know that the pastries are done baking. And if it still comes out with dough on it, you want to put them in for a few more minutes and then test them again, probably after 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at my clock and I still have 12 minutes left, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. All right, so I'm going to give that number again. If any of you still haven't made a text to give, this is a number to call. This is a number to text. 855-980-0305. Again, you text to 855-980-0305. You text Tagalong and it'll send you the link, and then you can put in your information. We've got some great prizes. Every dog has its day. It's a $20 gift card to Tampa Tap Room and a dog themed basket with toys and towel, drinking glasses from Gaspar's Patio Bar and Grill. Also a $50 gift card to Top Golf with a $20 gift card and complimentary bottle of champagne for 4 at Bon Appetit. The third item is yoga with Marilyn Sakis. This is 2 private, semi-private outdoor yoga sessions. The fourth item is a birthday party for 10 kids at the United States of America at the Tampa Armenia Avenue location. And the fifth item that folks are texting for is the YMCA. The Tampa Metropolitan Area YMCA is giving 6-month family membership. Those are great prizes, amazing prizes. So text and help us be in first place. I think they said we were $20, $30 away from being in the first place.
We were $30 away, but that's without Susan's double donation. So we should be in first place right now.
Woohoo! So then how it works, Alexa told me that how it works is everyone in the room, in the cookie room, that bids the highest then gets put into the grand prize, a VIP prize, and then the individuals will be picked from that. So lots more to come.
Chef Christina, we have a question from Denise and Sophia. If they have a little bit left of the sourdough starter, do you have any ideas of what they could do with it?
Oh, wow. Oh, well, yeah, this is a really good question. So at our bakery, we bake everything with sourdough. If you want to, if you're interested in it, you can continue to maintain that sourdough starter. And it's very easy to maintain. If you go to my bakery's website, which is gulfcoastsourdough.com, there is a page on there called resources. And we have information about sourdough baking and sourdough starter, how to maintain it. It's actually a living organism, so it's almost like adopting a very low maintenance pet that you keep in your refrigerator. So if you're at all interested in that, which a lot of people have really gotten interested in sourdough baking during COVID, because it seemed like in March, every single person in the world was making a sourdough starter. A lot of them came to our shop, and we think it's amazing. We think it's great. We're very excited that sourdough is getting a little bit of a spotlight. So I would recommend going there. If you're not interested in maintaining a sourdough starter or baking bread with sourdough, that's okay too. You could see if a neighbor wants it, or you can just toss it out if you aren't going to be using it. Don't feel guilty about that.
This me?
So we should be getting our toothpicks ready to go, Christina, Chef Christina?
Yeah, you can be getting your toothpicks ready to go. I'm gonna move some stuff around here so I can pull mine out.
Okay. Will they be real plumpy?
Will they be what?
Plumpy?
They will have risen a little bit in there, but they do have more of a texture of a cookie. So it won't be crazy standing. So I actually forgot to set a timer. So I'm going to pull mine out now and see how they're looking.
Okay.
So yes, they did expand a bit. So you can see they grew a little bit, and they're a little brown on the edges. I am going to stick a toothpick into, you want to do it in one of the center ones?
Uh-huh.
I do have a feeling that these probably need a little bit more time.
They look like a little muffin.
Yeah. Like I said, we were debating what to call them. So mine are not done. So you can see that it's still pretty wet at the end of that toothpick.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it in for a little bit longer. I know we're heading back to the main room soon, but if your cookies need more time, that's okay too.
We still have about 5 more minutes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, about 5 more minutes.
Hi, you mentioned extra and saran wrap, correct?
Yes. Yep. You can wrap extra in saran wrap and freeze it.
Okay.
Any plan B if no saran?
If you have Ziploc bags, that would work. You could try, what's the metal? Aluminum foil.
Oh, okay.
but I would go with plastic if you have any Ziploc, or if you have like plastic Tupperware or something like that, you can freeze it in that as well.
But
Thank you.
plastic Tupperware, not glass.
Glass would be okay too. The metal I would worry about it leaching into the dough a little bit, and then also it wouldn't protect as much from freezer burn, but plastic would because it's airtight. So if you have a glass Tupperware or a plastic Tupperware with a tight fitting lid, that would be okay.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay. Everyone's house should smell fabulous.
Ours does, and my dog is can definitely smell it.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
She was just mentioning your pizza dough. She was like, is that the pizza dough? And I'm like, no, not tonight.
Thank you for joining us. We have such a great room.
Yeah, this is
so many Girl Scouts. I love it.
Yeah. Can you get a reminder of the hashtag that we're supposed to use for the event?
The text that you're supposed to use, a phone number?
The hashtag when we post on social media.
The hashtag should be Dessert First 2020.
Perfect. Thank you.
Stephanie, are you hoping to get the dog basket?
Yes, I am. So Harley, and I'm going to send you the pictures. Harley, as soon as I open the peanut butter, has been drooling on the floor and by my side.
Like, Shar is locked in her bedroom, but yes, she definitely smells it too.
That's great. Oh my gosh. We hope, Christina, that when we have our next Dessert First, where we're able to gather in person, that you'll join us as well, so that we can thank you in person and give you hugs and kisses for teaching us this wonderful recipe.
Oh, of course. Dessert First is one of my favorite events. I love it. I love seeing the creativity of all the chefs and trying the different desserts. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to join together soon.
Yes. I've been doing it for years. I've been volunteering. Meredith Sensulo, as a matter of fact, was the morning traffic reporter at the station where I worked at ABC. And she was the one that told me about Dessert First. And that was about, I guess it was about 12 years ago. And I went to my first one, ate up a storm, and then after that started volunteering to serve as mistress of ceremonies. And it's just a beautiful event. It's so nice to see everyone come together and help the Girl Scouts.
Oh, my sister Carrie Alexander has been going for years, and I live up in Atlanta, and so this was the first time that I was able to go. So I'm joining you all long distance. So
welcome. Thank
Carrie was
you.
very, very excited about this. She's over in one of the other rooms, I think trefoils or something. So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
We have one of the largest Girl Scouts regions in the country, actually, the Girl Scouts of West Central Florida. We serve thousands of girls. The programs are so meaningful, and it's really wonderful. It's the largest girls leadership program in the United States.
So we only have about a minute left. Denise mentioned in the chat that she had a question. Did you get a chance to get that answered yet, Denise?
Which one is that? Who has a question?
No. My daughter has a question. Ask. She wanted to know, Christina, how did you get interested in baking?
Yeah, so my husband and I own the bakery together, and he actually has always been interested in baking. He's been baking since he was in high school. And then when he was in graduate school, he got really into sourdough bread baking as a stress relief, because it's very cathartic to work with your hands and maintain a starter and bake delicious bread. So he started making it, but at that point it was just the two of us. We did not have our children, and we soon had a freezer full of bread that we would never be able to eat, just the two of us. So we started giving it to our friends who said, hey, this stuff is really good. And when we originally are from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, And when we moved down to Tampa, we thought, well, you know, we really love this and it seems to be a good response. So why don't we give it a try down here in Tampa? And it's been going great. We've had the bakery now for about 5.5 years.
And how long ago did you start? Did you open the sandwich shop? Didn't you open that?
Yes, the sandwich shop we opened in August of 2019. Actually, on Tampa Day, on August 13th, 8/13, we opened the sandwich shop, and that's been going really well too. It's been, especially like you were saying during COVID, it's been wonderful to be able to stay open, provide bread, have the support of the community. It's been amazing.
The Flyboys, is it Flyboys?
Flybys.
Flybys. Oh my gosh. I ate the spinach flybys. It was so good.
Oh, thank you, Lissette. Yeah, that's one of our original ones. The two that we started with were the pepperoni and cheese and then the spinach feta, sun-dried tomato.
Yummy. It was really good.
Yeah, thank you. They're very popular.
Guys, quick update. We do have some extra time left. So if you see that the time has run up in our top right-hand corner, don't worry about that. We do have some extra time. And I was just informed that we are in first place in the fundraising challenge. Good job, everyone.
Okay, so I just heard my timer go off. So I'm gonna attack my baking pan with my toothpicks and I'll be right back.
I'm gonna check mine too, so yeah. So yeah,
we just got an update that we'll be in our breakout rooms until 7:30, so we have a little bit of extra time.
Okay, I thought it was until 7:30, so that's good. That should be plenty of time to get them done. Mine probably still need just a couple more minutes.
What did you say your website was again?
For our bakery, it's gulfcoastsourdough.com, or you can just Google Gulf Coast Sourdough and it will take you to it.
We love to bake. I have been a baker for all my life, but I'm just getting into the sourdough baking.
Oh, yes.
I've always done the cakes, cookies, that kind of things. I like decorate cakes, things like that. I just have not, I'm just starting the sourdough bread type baking.
Yeah, it's a wonderful journey to start down. A lot of folks have gotten interested in it this year, which we think is really great. And yeah, if you ever have any questions too, we're always open to helping out home bakers as they're navigating the sourdough waters.
This is a video. And then you said we can keep the starter going?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So if you go to our website, which is gulfcoastsourdough.com, there is there's a page on there called resources. So if you click that, then there's links for taking care of your sourdough starter. There's a very simple bread recipe. I think that maybe there's another recipe on there too, maybe our pizza dough or something like that. But that has information there for maintaining your starter.
Yeah, because we want a fun recipe, because I keep finding bread recipes and sometimes you want bread, sometimes you don't. But this right here sounds fun.
Yeah. And a lot of people are kind of intimidated at the thought of having a sourdough starter. But really, if you're not using it, you can store it in your fridge and you don't have to really worry about it. We've left ours in the fridge eating it for up to a month, and it's bounced back just fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Getting her hair done.
I just checked on my cookies, and the tray is really heavy.
Yes, they're significant.
Wow.
Christina, we have a question. Someone wants to know if you have a recipe for sourdough pretzels.
So we have made pretzels at home. What we do is we just bake our sourdough recipe, which you can find on our website. The thing with pretzels is you have to boil them. So you make your dough and you shape your pretzels and everything, and then you boil them in, I think you mix baking soda and water together and bring it to a boil, and you put your dough into that for, it varies, not very long, maybe a minute or two, and then you have to take it directly from the water and put it into the oven. So we've made them at home. They turn out really good. And so if you were looking for a recipe for sourdough pretzels, you could probably find one pretty easily. online. King Arthur Flowers website is a great resource for bakers. I would be very surprised if they did not have one of those recipes on there. And they're very good, but it's definitely a process to do at home.
Well,
sounds delicious.
I just saw in the chat that Tara Brown said that hers are done and they look yummy.
Yay!
And we also have another question. Riley would like to know if they don't eat them all, should they store them at room temperature or in the refrigerator?
I would store them at room temperature in an airtight container. So like a Ziploc or a Tupperware or something like that.
Tasty. Yeah, they look tasty. How long do we have should let them cool when they're done?
Probably about 5 to 10 minutes, about the same as a cookie. Hi. Thanks for baking with us tonight.
I have two very chatty kids. Not shy at all.
Esri, how is the cooking coming?
Good.
Good.
You want to show?
You put chocolate chips on top.
Wow, that looks really good.
They came out perfect.
Wonderful. Oh, good.
That's so wonderful.
Make some more.
Chef Christina, do you ever eat these for breakfast or are they mostly as a dessert?
For me, they're more of a dessert because they do remind me a lot of a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie with an amazing Girl Scout tag-along cookie in the middle of them. But if you're into cookies for breakfast, I don't see why you couldn't have them for breakfast too.
Okay, good, because I was just basically looking for permission. Thanks.
Me too. No, I love cookies for breakfast.
Yummy. I've got my cup of milk ready to go.
Yes, they're very good with a cup of milk.
How awesome. Okay, I'm told we have 1 minute left to go.
I want to say thank you to everybody. It was so wonderful seeing folks coming into the shop all week and picking up sourdough starter and just talking about Girl Scouts. I was never a Girl Scout growing up, but my daughter is one now, and it's an amazing organization. So I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Chef Christina.
Mine is done.
Look at yummy.
Wonderful.
Can you, whoever's done, can you show us your pastry?
Oh, wow.
Wow. Steph, you're a great teacher. I think everyone's doing well, except for me, of course.
I want to eat this.
You've got a lot going on, Lissette.
Look at that.
It'll just fall apart.
Yummy.
Yeah, you need to let them cool a little bit.
Okay.
Let me take a picture.
They will fall apart if you just burn.
First take a picture of like
Are you done?
Wow.
Yeah, if you all could take pictures and remember to use the hashtag dessert first 2020.
Right now,
that way we can share them on your social media.
We're just doing like
we can take a look at them.
Okay, Abigail, you can't move.
Very first at home edition.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you allowed to, if you were to leave it out, are you allowed to put wrap over it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wrap is good. Okay. Great.
Are they better served hot or cold?
I've had them both ways and they're both wonderful and delicious. So it's
okay.
Completely personal preference.
Honey, can you check?
Yeah, I'm gonna check mine.
And another update, guys, we are still in first place.
I'm gonna check my pastry one more time and I'll be back in 15 seconds.
All right, guys, it looks like we have about 10 seconds left.